Back with us here on Power Breakfast, and now our research team is joining in with how the trade setup looks like, the stocks that are likely to be in the news, and the FNO setup for the day as well. First up, Vamakshi is joining in to get us all the market cues that we need to watch out for today. Vamakshi, good morning. Final trading day of the week. What's the setup looking like?
Well, absolutely, Hormaz. Let me first start off with the global markets. S&P 500 briefly topped 5,500 for the first time as Nvidia's market leadership continues. Nasdaq cooled off after hitting an all-time high, but the Dow Jones was an outlier. It was up nearly 0.8%. Moving on to the European markets, they also managed to close higher after the Swiss National Bank delivered a second interest rate cuts of 25 basis points to 1.25%. The Bank of England kept its interest rate unchanged at 5.25% in line with the expectations. The Indian markets, the range-bound action continues out here as well, and Nifty recovered from previous day's fall. And in fact, after a weak start, Nifty managed to post a record close. The gains in Nifty were largely led by the private banks as well as Reliance Industries. Nifty Bank's outperformance as compared to Nifty continues, except SBI and IndusInd Bank. All Nifty Bank constituents posted gains in the trading session yesterday. The broader market also continued to outperform the Nifty mid cap was up nearly 1%, while Nifty small cap was up nearly 0.6%. As far as sectoral moves are concerned, the gains in realty were led by Prestige Estates and Macrotech developers, while the metal pack was led by Vedanta, NMDC and Nalco. Auto and pharma were some of the sectors that were the laggards yesterday. As far as the trading session today is concerned, we will be watching out for RBI's MPC meeting minutes. The Fed monetary policy report is also expected to come through, so keep an eye out on that. But as far as specific stocks are concerned, IT stocks will be on our radar after Accenture reported its numbers. Outsourcing deals were very strong, and FY24 guidance for the company has been narrowed. Sensex and FTSE index rejig is also expected to take place. Adani Ports will be included from the Sensex, while Wipro will be excluded from the Sensex. In fact, Nuvama is expecting net passive FII flow of 250 million in India on account of the FTSE rejig. Higher flows are expected in ICICI Bank and Bharti Airtel. Now, ahead of the GST meeting on June 22nd, fertilizer online gaming companies will also be in focus. As far as the Nifty is concerned, it's indicating a positive start to the trading session today.
Vamakshi, thanks a lot for that update. Now over to Upasna, who would list out the stocks to watch out for in today's trading session. Upasna, good morning.
Good morning. First up, let me start with Cipla. The company signs non-exclusive patent license agreement with Takeda for drug Vonoprazan, and the agreement is signed for the Indian market. It's mainly for treated acid-related illness amongst patients. Next up is Jindal Stainless, the company to supply stainless steel to produce 100 Make in India freight wagons from Mozambique. Next up is GIC Housing Finance. The malware attack affected some of the end-user system of the company, but the company has immediately isolated the affected systems from the network to stop the further impact. Well, Aster DM will also be in focus, as according to sources, Olympus Capital Asia Investment is likely to sell 10% equity, and floor price is seen around 331 per share, and deal size of the block is around 835 crores with an upsize at 1670 crores. Next up is GSK Pharma, that will also be in focus, as the company has executed an agreement with GoAptiv Private Limited. This tie-up will simplify the operating model and accelerate volume growth for the company. Next up is Britannia Industries. The permanent workers of Taratala, Kolkata-based factory have accepted voluntary retirement scheme offered by the company. Next up is GE Power India. It has received letter of intent worth 243 crores from NTPC GE Power Services Private Limited. GM Financial will also be in focus, as SEBI passes order asking it not to act as a lead manager for debt issues till March 2025. Well, this is SEBI's order after interim one barring GM Financial from acting as a lead manager for debt issues. In addition, GM Financial has voluntarily agreed to stop IPO financing business. Hence, that stock will be in focus. Next up is Welspun Speciality. The company has received order from GPCB, that is Gujarat Pollution Control Board, directing the company to cease operations at its Bharuch unit. And lastly, Time Technoplast will also be in focus, as the company has received final approval from Petroleum and Explosive Safety Organization for manufacturing.
Thanks a lot, Upasana, for that update. And Mangalam is now joining in with cues from the F&O space. Mangalam, good morning. It's been range-bound consolidation on the Nifty, but we are making new highs. What's the setup looking like?
Well, it is exactly that. We are seeing range-bound consolidation with the Nifty making new highs. Nothing really to worry about. It's been a good week for the bulls because the Nifty Bank broke out. We have the mid-cap index doing a lot better, and the Nifty is doing just nifty things after, conquering level after level. Importantly, the domestic market and the market itself is absorbing all the flows from the big, large trades that took place all through this week. And yesterday was no different. The big, large trades yesterday were PNB Housing Finance and nearly 2% equity trading hands exchanging hands in rate gain as well. That stock ended about 3% higher. Importantly, the FIIs continue to buy in index futures. So short covering and long addition continues. So yesterday purchase was close to 1750 crores, 16,000 long contracts added, about 13,000 shorts covered. So if you look at the table, that comes up for you. On June 14th, the FIIs were net short to the tune of 53%, and now they become net long to the tune of 57%. So the net contracts, which were lower by almost 24,000 in the negative, have now come to 72,000 in the positive. So in the last 4 sessions itself, you've had a swing of nearly 1 lakh contracts on the long side. Now with this market moving higher, and as we prep for the expiry week, the street is bracing for some sort of consolidation, and that's visible in the 23,600 call writing that we've seen. And if we were to break out of this consolidation, then maybe some punt buying at the 24,000 call. Not to say that the market will go there, but there is some punt buying out there. 23,500 put is equally active. So the option writers are placed for that range of 23,400 to 23,750. What would break this range out? Nifty Bank and Nifty IT. Let's see what that do. And we have a bunch of stocks on our radar as well. BSoft and GNFC are entering F&O band. We pointed this possibility out yesterday. And out of band are India Cement, SAIL and Chambal Fertilizers.
Mangalam, thanks a lot for that F&O setup for the day. But